them!
This is the class trial field. How do you like it? It's a special place that will decide your fates.
What the heck is he thinking? Locking us in a crappy looking place like this?
With me.
Are you freaking crazy? Don't mess with me, idiot.
Phew, complain all you like. I'm used to it by now. Come on, you're wasting your time and energy. Hurry up and take your seats where your names are written. Look like everyone knows. Even if we try to resist, it won't change a thing. Just as Monokuma ordered, we walked towards the seats we had been assigned. From this point on, we need to find out who killed Hiroshi. The ultimate affluent progeny, Hiroshi Togami. He was overly critical, arrogant, and condescending, but he also had a strong sense of responsibility. As we were panicking, he accepted his role as leader and tried his very best to keep us together. A guy like him got murdered. The person who did it is one of us. I can't believe it. There's no way I can believe it. But if it really is true, we need to find out by any means possible, because that's our only option. There is no way for us to survive unless we sacrifice the killer.
I don't like the fact that you're right.
This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Oh nice. No, deadly this, deadly that. Oh nice. I have no skills. Okay. Oh, I can change the difficulty.
The view of our meditations.
Sorry. Okay.
Not being able to be ready.
Okay. Knife. A glowing paint-like substance coats it. Bloodstain on the table. There's no sign that the body was dragged through the bloodstain. So he was killed under the table. That's the only explanation for why there's no blood outside the table. Gaps in floorboard. AC timer. It's also set to 11:30 p.m. I wonder what the AC has to do with all this. Night vision goggles. Found under the table where the body was discovered. Came from the supermarket. Embarrassing pose. By the time the light came back on, she ended up in a compromising pose. Okay, Duralumin case. The case Hiroshi had with him. A lot of security equipment inside and a hard plastic case as well. The things everyone was saying. Irons and storage. Alright, well I mean this is a lot of stuff to try and look through, I think I'll just try and go through with it all. Alright, we're on hard right now. Let's see how well this goes.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will
Usami's
present
just
your
dangling
arguments for
from a
who
rope.
the killer is, and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely! There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you! Such a sad state of affairs, isn't
Shut
it?
up.
By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate monogamy, of course.
You hate me that much?
Now, let's begin!
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
Start beating each other
Are
up.
you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya get killed in the dining hall? Huh? Then everyone there is a...
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Hiroshi's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately we need to find out who murdered him. If we can't do that... No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this no matter what. So the class trial is finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. Good luck. Uh-oh. I remember this all too well. Gaps in floorboard, knife, blood stain under the table.
Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that?
Knife, blood stain, gaps in floorboard. Okay. Bloodstained knife found under the table where the body was discovered. A glowing paint-like substance coats it. Bloodstain under the table. A pool of blood formed around the body underneath the table. A lot of blood was splattered against the inside of the tablecloth. There were no signs that the body was dragged through the bloodstain. Gaps in floor. The floors of the dining hall were full of gaps. Then him dropped one of his earrings through these gaps. Alright.
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
Oh wow, that shatter looks really realistic.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh?
That means
Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table.
He's starting to sound like Makoto. He is the same voice
Though
actor.
there was a lot of blood everywhere.
He is?
There was no sign the killer actually
Well,
dragged the
the
body through.
Ultra Despair game said they were. So I'm assuming they are here as well.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body.
Hold on. The voices are quiet. Which is funny, because that's the loudest thing right now.
And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular.
Oh my
Your
God.
life is meaningless.
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
Hiroshi as a jokester.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was? Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Hiroshi dove under the table. If it's connected to what Hiroshi was doing during the party, then it's probably the murder threat. Did he think that was when they were gonna make a strike and so he hid? I don't know. Do you think that's true? The murder threat?
right.
Oh man.
Crap!
Okay. Really? What would it possibly be then?
During the party. Maybe the night vision goggles.
I mean, that's
Maybe he went under there to do that.
during the party. He was watching us during the party. He,
I guess he used the night vision goggles to watch.
it's confusing. Why is it? I mean, yeah, he used those to get under, but this doesn't make it sound like that's what I'm trying to figure out. If it's connected to what he was doing, then it's probably, at least I don't lose a lot of health picking the wrong option, but man, the very first choice I have and I mess it up, no, yeah.
Crap!
I knew that wasn't right. Man, that didn't make sense. The reason Hiroshi dove under the table. The body under the table is face down as if Hiroshi were reaching for something. Is that the clue? Is that it? As if he were reaching for something? Is that the reason? I mean, that was pretty hidden in the file. Jeez.
I guess.
I mean, if not that, then it could possibly be... No, yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, try that.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it keeps going to Mekon. Maybe she has something. But wait, that one makes sense because she put on the autopsy report.
What is her autopsy report?
This is mean difficult.
Well, I think the only difference with me and the other ones is just that there's more choices to pick from. So I think I would have encountered this even if I was in medium. So, the reason he dove under there, what? Oh, maybe, what? The knife? What, did he put the knife there? Was that a fail-safe?
Try the knife. Because it has glowy paint on it. Maybe it's on the glow.
I can prove it with this.
Okay.
Really?
It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Jeez, that was very...
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, I am the murder weapon!
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there.
Man, that's such a big assumption, though. Like, what, he sensed the knife was under there and dove under there? I smell knives down here.
Maybe in all the darkness he saw a glowy paint. Because it has glowy paint on it.
But
Maybe
it was under
the one who hid it there.
It was under the cloth, though. I don't
So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items.
Okay.
So I can
Yeah, I don't blame
deny
myself for that one. That was such a big assumption.
But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment.
I guess, yeah, maybe the glowing paint was bright enough to shine through the cloth. But I mean, yeah.
Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial!
So you shoot a false weak spot. Not only will you fail to refute, but you'll also look like an idiot and lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Alright. Oh my god. Knife, bloodstain. 5. AC timer, night vision goggles, knife, bloodstain, gaps.
I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct.
He did.
If that's the case... During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch
Oh,
black!
yeah, it's probably gonna be night vision goggles against something.
It was so dark I couldn't see my food!
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Wow, that's fast. That is so fast. Way faster than the first game. It's like it's like a train hitting the word.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was
The
happening.
music is so much more remixed.
Are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus.
Oh. Hi.
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
She broke my argument. Were you surprised by my hero's sudden argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the wasp keys. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you person's remark, it will skew towards their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage, plus it's going to be very big. Just like your other debate, please refute any weak spots. If you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. What's a truth blade? I'm terribly sorry. It seems there's been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. Only the name was changed, but don't you think a change in feeling is important? Yeah, I think I need to review these controls. That was a lot. Rebutal showdown. Irons in storage room. Knife, Duralumin case.
If you just
Hold on.
Just try to do it. It's like try to you know?
You know.
Like,
Okay.
because I think they're
The killer obviously used those night vision. That's gotta be it.
I can't back down!
Cross swords. Oh, okay. Just a little bit more and I can draw something out next time.
If you just use common sense.
Irons, knife,
Can't back down! Where's your proof that the killer used them?
Because if they use night vision goggles, then they couldn't kill Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's so those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Oh, Duralumin case. Dang it. It should have been that. I found a hole in your argument. I'm sure Hiroshi brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute my hero's claim with evidence.
Because if they use night vision goggles, the killer brought them to the crime scene.
Yes.
Allow me to cut through those words!
Okay.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Yeah.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside
Yeah,
that
that's
Duralumin
pretty
case
a
as
pretty
well.
neat mechanic. You can scatter other people from people, but now yours can as well. Like how it just I like that animation, that visual when they jump in and the screen shatters.
Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
Okay.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I?
Shut up.
You totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. The duct tape.
I see!
I
There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid?
Oh, well, I know.
Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond, being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
Oh my gosh, this guy's like... He's like a much more intimidating version of Chills. Like...
You think so too,
Isn't the all-seeing
right,
eye the
Hajime?
Illuminati triangle?
That's right, Hiroshi probably knew there was a possibility that a murder would occur. Yeah, now the murder thread.
I can prove it with this! Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Everyone, look at this! Look at this paper! Yeah.
The hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
please. Those are still lies.
Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act. But the letter might have been just a little prank. As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk.
Yeah.
His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
Man, the voices are still quiet. Okay.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
I see. Strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
It was really giving me a lot of time before I clicked that. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Hiroshi?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
Still, I can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Hiroshi. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his bare hands, the glowing paint.
I see!
I see! With my antenna wiggling.
Paint was the mark. With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker.
No.
Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
No, you're wrong, Snake.
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers?
Oh, I guess she's not.
I'm so smart. I'm so thankful you were smart, Arcane. I'm glad to know that us smart people know what's really going on. You were being sarcastic, weren't you?
How can you believe her so easily?
With Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
With any of our height, I don't think we'd be able to reach it.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout? Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little odd in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. That's cool. I can now agree with people. Okay, Nekomaru's account, Mickey's account, Chiaki's account.
Since Peko...
Hold on. Standing guard outside, Babyface apparently came to the building, then walked away. Gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity, that's why he couldn't use it during the blackout. The other one was what, Ibuki's account? Is that what it was? was able to discern all the noise people were making. Oh no, the other one was Nekamaru's account. Right here. Kept trying to use the bathroom since before the party was started, but someone was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Hiroshi's body was discovered.
She could have caused the blackout at any time!
That's impossible.
I think she was in the bathroom, probably.
Impossible! Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
What happened to your guard duty?
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Okay, so I think it's Nekamaru's account with her blue weak spot. Just from listening to Pekko's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her, but I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs her testimony.
Since Pekko was in the office.
Yeah, so I think it's Nekamaru, but I'm gonna check just to be sure. Yeah, not her. Yeah, that just talks about the stove. Okay.
Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
Yay. Break.
No, I think Pekko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're
Shut
crushing on
up,
Pekko.
Snake.
And it's nothing like that at all. Nekamaru's account is actually Pekko's alibi.
I tried to use it many times, but the door just won't open.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started, and it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Pekko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pekko.
I guess that would be true.
Yes.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a sh.
Hey, weren't you guys taught
gosh.
any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room?
Well, yeah, he was.
Sorry.
Probably. I mean, he's like the ultimate coach. He's with all his boys in the locker room.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to...
We
do
don't
your
care,
business in the
Mickey.
dark? Seriously, stop it. But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you
No,
didn't do any
I think he has a
investigating.
point, my hero.
I'm only butting in because you idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Yeah.
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Pekko's stomach ache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. See, so, I mean, we know Hiroshi wasn't poisoned. His weapon... Okay, embarrassing pose, party dishes, knife, AC timer. Okay, it's probably...
Did you...
Party dishes seems to be the only thing that makes sense. Poured his heart and soul into cooking various party dishes. However, Akane and Pekko were the only ones who ate them. Oh, Akane didn't have anything weird happen to her. So...
Maybe she took it like a champ.
Well, I don't know if you can do that.
I know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's impossible when you're fed laxative.
Maybe there was one table that was poisoned.
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Thru cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Would ruin the taste. Whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
The knife won't do anything. The easy
I don't
timer,
remember
no.
eating anything weird.
No. Embarrassing pose, no.
Now that you mention it,
Party dishes. That's the only thing I can think of. It would ruin the taste. I mean, Pekka was gobbling it down, so there's no way it ruined the. I can't. Yeah, I like. That's just how I've been calling it. That's how I interpret it because
office, right?
I read it the first. That's how I read it.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
And I think maybe I shoot party dishes with that. I'm not.
I wouldn't do anything like that.
No, that's wrong. They would, probably. I don't know. I don't know what laxatives taste like, personally. Yeah, I mean... What does the embarrassing pose tell us? Nothing. Nothing about the food. I mean, does that sound like the best choice? Party dishes with...
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Yeah, his is a scary one to break, because you know he's gonna like be like, oh, break your neck after this over.
Laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pekka wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well. I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene.
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What did you say?
cease this bickering.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout. Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank.
Oh
You don't
my
have to
gosh.
tell us. Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important.
She's like a middle schooler or something.
So we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred. She's so small. Okay. Irons in the storage room. Oh my gosh. Chiaki's account, Nakamura's account. Irons, storage room, tablecloth. Oh, it's probably irons.
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it?
That's my guess.
If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
It might be that. I
Or
think.
maybe they caused a power surge?
Or maybe that. It's probably that.
I bet
power.
it's really Monokuma's fault.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for your input. Okay, I think it's power surge, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or am I thinking of power surge correctly?
You can't answer that. Did they throw a
Yeah.
Maybe they
Okay.
used a remote...
Supply
Yeah,
and
I
transmitters.
think
Or
it's.
maybe they caused a power surge?
I agree with that.
I thought it messed up for a moment. I was like, dang it. Okay. Because I know how it looks like when you
Just
fail
as
to break a
Mario
weak
said,
spot.
The blackout was caused
You
by
know,
a
it
power
just
surge.
it just deflects or it shatters the truth board instead. So when I saw the agree spot shape, it's hard for me to get used to that. I was like, dang it! My mind was prematurely like, fuck! What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't do anything wrong.
Of course, that's not a coincidence.
You're like fruit
Someone
ribbons or
caused
something,
it.
and they like wrap.
They wrap together. That's what
That would make it look nice.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout. When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool!
Dang it.
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
Inexcusable. Okay. AC timer, night vision goggles.
If the the irons in the storage room caused the blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons on. You're saying they went all the way to the storage room? Then that means everyone who was in the dining hall when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause If the irons caused the blackout, then the killer had to go to the storage room before and turn on the irons. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
Ow. It's true the irons were responsible for the blackout, but that shouldn't be the only reason. Only reason? Wait. Oh, only reason that they were... Wait. Man, I wish... I can't see what all the truth bullets are before. Okay, is it something with the AC timer? Let me see. It was set to 11:30. Oh! I bet the irons weren't enough to cause the power surge. The AC turning on at 11:30 was what caused it. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Okay.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
Are you serious? That's just wind! How could they cause electricity?
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham-Hams died around that time too!
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
At least they're happy when I break their arguments. I don't think I'm not so happy when they're currently fighting me though.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Snake, it's called fun.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it. Dun dun dun! Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000 deaths isn't enough.
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
Well, I mean, she was fed laxative, so it's not...
No. The breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even
Oh, he
so,
said something
the
good for
killer
once.
is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
And then we'll die! And that'll be fun, won't it? She's smiling about it. We might never find them and then
It's
die.
alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all.
He's starting to get creepy when he's like talking about hope. Just like in the Ultra Despair game, he would sometimes start getting creepy when he was talking about hope.
In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
It's only getting creepy
What
for
happened to
now that there's music.
What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress. Huh?
Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Fortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the kill.
I think it was still important that we figured that out though, because if we try and go down other paths, it could help us connect people to, like, I don't know, what they could have done and where. Like, we now at least know that those irons were used. We know that the AC was set. Maybe when we find out more evidence, it could point them to someone to doing those things.
But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Now, he told me that before this trial, but I don't like it in this sense. Not during the trial.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is.
Oh, is he the killer?
I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends. I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
Now she's breaking down.
Stop it. If everyone acts like this,
I'm gonna cry too.
Everyone calm down. We're all friends, aren't we?
Gosh.
There's no
They're
way
crying.
one friend would murder
Where is the
another.
love?
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just
Look
give
at the
up
punk girl.
already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
Are you sure about that?
Wrong. I think.
Did you say something?
What? Sorry, I was monologuing. I didn't hear what anyone was saying.
We've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
You said
know
it so
who the
quietly.
killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that.
Yeah, they didn't have
I mean,
night vision.
before that.
Well, I mean, before? Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they need to get close to that table while it was still dark. Yeah?
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Here it is. Okay. Nagito is right next to it. Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move the table in the dark. Move to the table. That's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. The cord? Suspicious spot. The cord?
Let's put the lamp for it. Yeah, you got it, but it wasn't put the lamp instead.
Okay.
Here! The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
They didn't use electricity. They used primitive ways. They touched. They used their fingers.
They basically just used a rope. An extension cord.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp light. The killer actually used the weight, the power cord.
The weight of the desk lamp.
I got it.
They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
fingers
They
are
could have
cold.
felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
Please, no, that's wrong.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
I mean, anyone could have gone across the wall, though. The only person here who could have possibly done it. Oh, yeah, I guess so.
But whatever. You're the closest. You should do it.
What? Are you guys talking about me? Yeah.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito.
Yeah, I just said that.
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
When he was cleaning. Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was when he was cleaning.
Right after the blackout.
Yeah, right.
After the murder.
After the murder.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
Yeah, he did.
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
Why is there electricity coming out of that coach's head? He's got a Tesla. He got a Tesla core inside of his brain.
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
Oh, electricity shows when he's using his brain. It uses so much energy that electricity starts coming out.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you mother?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya.
I say so calmly with this very angry face. Like, you look so angry. I don't believe it either. I don't want to believe it.
Nagito, say something.
He's a-
The despair eyes.
The ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! How wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out.
You know, he was talking all before about all of us killing ourselves. What if he's not the killer and he's just pretending?
With a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Lie? That's outrageous. There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys.
That's me lying if you couldn't tell.
I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless.
The ultimate worthless.
Too arrogant to have dreams or
Look at
cling to
that.
hope.
Right.
Yeah.
Too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
That's why you're trying to drag us all down with you.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
Neighborhood pets. Not just random animals, people's pets.
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
That's quite the hobby you have there. But, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey, Nagito! If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
Oops.
Right.
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
And you still did it.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
That old-looking building near the hotel. It's just cleaning, leave it to me. Yeah.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Now that this game has shown me that it could crash at any moment, I'm just gonna make a save really quick.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Pablo was so busy cleaning and didn't have time to clean the storage room. If you stayed there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. Guard the case in the mouth.
Oh, I get it. If Pekka was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, it was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
I mean, this is all too easy, so I don't think he's the killer.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Can I get his talent? Ultimate lucky. Ultimate transporter.
Ultimate baby face.
I see!
That was one of the choices. Ultimate baby.
Yeah, I saw
lucky
that.
student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning
Jeez, are you serious? I mean, that's not what this whole that's not why you were called the ultimate lucky student. It's because you were an average person who was picked
I
at
think
random.
he was probably like thinking that he's been lucky his whole life. You know, like
Yes.
in his thinking.
I guess. Jeez, what the heck? I just hoped I would get it.
You just relied on your luck? It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
Someone called the ultimate lucky student. He wasn't very lucky. Except he was lucky.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty.
And the despair eyes.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed, the despair it brings. It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to kill this psycho.
Please, Monokuma!
I even see her throat.
Please, wait!
Huh?
How should I put this? Is
Yeah.
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange.
If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke.
No, say it, please.
I'm sorry.
For now, might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
I hope it's you.
Listening is acceptable.
However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
Yeah, in the beginning of in the first game, the one who kept being like, "What are you? But that guy's the killer. Are you sure we should keep going?" It was Leon, and he was the killer. Nikki Chef is doing the same thing. From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your action. Or I hope it's Babyface as well. Or
Both of them at the
well,
same
not
time.
no, but I hope it's either one of them. White noise will appear. Will disappear if they touch these lines. So think of them as obstacles. Please use your triple just right. They won't appear at all. Oh, what the heck? Wait, I can't shoot them down? I can't right-click them? You won't be able to... In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That'll be explained later. Oh, crap. I actually do literally have to ignore them. I can't just shoot them. Ah! This is harder. Ibuki's account. Okay. Mikan's autopsy results. Nekamaru. Ibuki. Oh, it's gotta be the autopsy report.
I think it's
Because she wasn't killed. It kind of proves he wasn't killed with a knife, right?
Yeah.
A 5mm in diameter. That's how big is that? I mean, that's not a knife, right? I mean,
That's an extension.
yeah, I'm not good.
Killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
Yeah, I can't right click him.
That Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with a knife he hid.
I think I hit that.
Oh, never mind. Thanks
Okay.
for wasting our time.
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
She knows something. Yeah, she does. Okay.
He killed Byakuya with a knife.
Yes.
No, that's wrong.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Nikon?
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your...
Not a whorehouse!
Hey, why are you threatening her?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikan? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikan's the one who said it.
I'm sorry.
You're on to something, Nikon.
Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout? If you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
What? Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules? Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. There should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. What's her name's report? Ibuki.
I can prove it with this.
I can prove it with Ibuki. Get over here. I'm holding her up.
Happened in the dark. I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
Oh, real?
Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? Where everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone! Ah! Don't step on my...
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on!
You guys?
Perhaps the...
Hold on a sec.
Perhaps the whole
Perceptive hearing. Impressive.
What the heck? What's going
I'd
on
expect
here?
no less from the ultimate musician.
Yeah, so he got hurt by something.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
Yeah, you're not any different.
You've cut me deep with your knife of truth!
I mean, and I guess she likes it. I guess she's okay with it.
After hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in the dark.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table.
Wait, how did he know Hiroshi was even going to be anywhere near him? Does that mean he was just going to kill some random person right next to him? That would have been so sad.
That's right.
I mean, it's still sad it's Hiroshi,
I'm
but...
so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the
He
knife.
heard Hiroshi's voice in front of him.
Well, he was planning to kill Hiroshi, but like... He was across the room before, like, he like trusted that Hiroshi was gonna wobble his way to the other side for some reason. So Hiroshi stops him when he was trying to get the knife, and he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it. Oh, actually, maybe he was planning on just keeping it hidden on him and then killing Hiroshi later. Maybe.
But he just kept it hidden on the whole time. Oh wait, no, he made the body check.
Yeah, body check. Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here?
I love that priceless line.
This is...
But sadly, it was the last thing he said. Could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision
It was all
goggles.
thanks to those meddling night vision goggles.
What happened after that? Even I don't know. You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
Meaninglessness, what?
Brimming with so much despair. But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward. Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? No, there's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him. This whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now's not the time to dwell on that. We need to find Hiroshi's killer by any means possible, because if we don't, we will die here. Ugh. And then bag and suspended?
Oh, they can be suspended.
Well now.
Look, the class trial has reached its climax, but okay, here's a question for you.
What's this?
To those who figured out who it is, how about you try the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I'll reward you with $10 billion.
10 billion?
Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue
Well
on.
then, what are you gonna do?
Just kidding, you can't make a choice. There's no way you'd be able to guess who the killer is.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either.
Oh, come on! I thought there was!
So evil.
Villain, you truly are a villain.
Was that just an intermission, or?
I guess so.
Like, for a moment I thought maybe we were gonna investigate more.
Your intermissions are haunted too.
Yeah, gosh dang it.
Hey, Mon ami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. The group's leader, Byakuya, got killed. And his killer is among this group of students? No, I'm not gonna believe it. I'll never believe
music.
it. 'Cause I believe in everyone.
I think you're gonna have your dreams crushed there.
So do your best. And don't forget to save regularly.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
Well, what now? If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
I don't think there's any definitive proof he's the killer.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't actually prove it, right?
That's right. Even if a different weapon was used, it does not mean Nagito has been cleared of suspicion.
But there's another reason why I don't think Nagito is the killer.
My mind, it, like, put Makoto there. I was like, my mind prematurely expected Makoto. It was like Nagito. Then my mind shattered.
There's still more?
Based on what we've discussed, Byakuya was killed under the table, right?
Is there something wrong with that?
Oh yeah, he was killed under the table. If he like opened up the curtain, like it's stabby stab, it would get all bloody outside and stuff.
Well, even if that's true, I feel Nagito looks, clean.
Nobody's ever complimented me on my appearance before. Not even my own mother.
Oh my god.
I'm not talking about your looks.
Oh.
I'm not surprised.
There's no blood on him. Yeah.
I see.
I see what you
It
mean.
doesn't have the knife.
Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes, that's it. Because under the table, there was a lot of blood splattered everywhere, right?
Yeah, however he was killed, it splattered blood everywhere. So, I mean, unless Nagito, like, curled up with him under that table and went, then that would explain why there's no blood outside, but then there would be tons of blood on him. The only way he could possibly not get blood on him is if, like, I don't know, he was still kind of on the outside and kind of put his arm in and was, like, trying to keep the curtain closed as well. But, I mean, it would still, yeah.
There were even bloodstains on the inside of the tablecloth.
He stabbed Byakuya to death. Strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
That's so weird. Hold on, wait, hold Nagito. I'm opening a Twix really quick. You're not you when you're hungry. Oh wait, that's not the right candy.
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been? I guess we did see something I could have used. Isn't that right, Hajime?
Yes, there's only one thing you could have used to block the blood splatter. Splatter. Where is it?
It's gotta be the murder threat.
I used the food! Where is it?
I think this has his account. No, I'm kidding.
Well, no, I wasn't going down to it. I was trying to look for. I'm trying to look for the.
It's the storage.
There. Okay. I was trying to find it. Yeah, there it is. No, I think it's the embarrassing pose.
Definitely. I think it's the night vision goggles.
There you go.
I can prove it with
It's
this.
not gonna use the night vision goggles.
I got it.
You're talking about the bloodstained tablecloth we found in the storage room, right?
If there are bloodstains on it, that settles it. Nagito used the tablecloth to block the blood splatter.
But that was found in the storage room, right? Are you suggesting he hid it there after the murder?
You mean after the lights came back on? What would he have done if we'd seen him?
That's true. The tablecloth was pretty big. So even if you tried to hide it and take it with you...
Wearing a tablecloth, going under the table, getting a knife in a blackout, and stabbing someone. That's not just impossible for someone like me. Wouldn't it also be impossible for you guys too?
Then what does it mean?
What does it mean?
Maybe. The killer didn't necessarily stab Byakuya under the table.
The floorboards. Under the floorboards.
There's no mistake that the murder occurred under that table.
Even the inside of the tablecloth was bloody. So there's no denying Byakuya was killed there.
He was sneak attacked from under.
But that doesn't mean where Byakuya got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are the same, right?
I don't understand at all!
The place where Hiroshi got stabbed and where the killer did the stabbing are different.
Huh? Hajime, you look like you're onto something.
Really? But it sounds like a riddle.
He must have been on top of the table.
I feel like I'm onto something, but it's still not clear what that is.
How can you not be completely sure?
It must have been to the wall.
Under the table. If it's somehow possible, it's the only way that makes sense.
Like, I mean, how can you just feel like, I feel like there's something there, but I don't know what? Like, I mean, I feel like you would be completely sure if you know what.
Moving forward, we should put aside all unnecessary preconceptions
Maybe it was the glowing paint.
and just choose the answer.
He was hiding in the glowing paint. And just choose the answer. In scenes where you have to figure out important words, the improved Hangman's Gambit will occur. The improved? The goal is to line up the right letters in order so it reveals a keyword related to the incident in question. Improved Hangman's Gambit is like a little puzzle game. Various letters will be flying across the screen in all directions. There are 2 rules you must remember. 1. If 2 different letters clash, you'll take damage. If 2 of the same letters clash, they will fuse. You must make 2 of the same letters clash, while you try not to let 2 different letters clash. That is what's most important. In order to do that, you've been given a technique to catch and release. When you move the reticle with the mouse and press the right mouse button while it's on top of a letter, you can snatch the letter like a vacuum. That is what it means to catch the letter. However, you can only catch 1 letter at a time, so please be careful. When you press the right mouse button while you have a letter caught, you can shoot it where your cursor is aiming. That is how you release the letter. With catch and release, you can change the position of the letters and hit letters into each other. Okay. So we don't have to call upon the vast infinite blank of our mind to try and make a word anymore. We just have to put similar letters together. Catch and release the right mouse. After you fuse them, fire with the right mouse button. That's a whole lot of right mouse buttons. If you just erase letters, you won't be able to clear the game. Ultimately, the main goal is completing the keyword. Display the question with tab key and figure out what keyword will answer that question. About lining up the keyword, instead of pressing the right mouse button to fire the letter, please press the left mouse button. If that happens, at the same time the letter blows up, it will be sent to the keyword list. If the letter is correct, it will fit in the keyword. If it's not, the influence gauge will take damage. Never mind. You still have to call upon your infinite knowledge. It's just harder now. You must write the keyword in order. Based on the flying letters, please think about the completed letter. Also, if you leave a fuse lighter alone for a while, it will just blow up on its own. In that case, it will still damage you. Wait, what? Then what do you... What, so you take damage if you take too long? Wait. The place Hiroshi got stabbed and the place where the killer did the stabbing aren't the same. Using those words as a clue, I should put aside my preconceptions and try to think about it. Something is coming to me. Just a little bit more. I have a feeling I can see something. Holy crap. Okay. I have no hints. Wait. Under the floor. Okay, where... I mean, I have to do them in order, right? So where's the U's? Oh, okay. Come on. Where's the thing? Where's a D? I needed... Oh, frick, I wasn't paying attention to that. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Under... Okay, it's you. Under... Oops. That was already a connected one. I didn't mean to do that. Ow. Oh, right. They eventually blow up. Under... Go away. Be gone. That's an F. I don't need an F. Okay, well, I will eventually. Here. Dang it, I could have... Under the...
This is kind of stupid.
Under the Under the food.
Very stupid.
Well, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, it's nice. It's weird. I got it! Yep. At least it's not... Now I understand!
Got it! The killer must have stabbed Byakuya from under the floorboards.
Under the floorboards?
The floorboards in the old building are full of gaps, and there was no carpet laid out under the table. If they stuck the weapon through one of the gaps, they could have stabbed Byakuya to death.
If so, that means the killer was able to get under the floorboards. Where?
How? I don't know that yet, but I have a feeling there's someone here who does know.
That's right. If I remember correctly, one person here should know how to get under the floorboards. Yep, it's this guy, Gundam.
You're the only one! Hey, Gundam, you dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
Are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that earring.
I said, are you referring to the Hellhound earring?
About that Hellhound earring. You dropped it beneath the floorboards, right?
Right?
Oh, goodies, I have found it. Truly, that is
You don't have the right tone.
earring.
You don't have the right tone. No!
It seems goodness God really exists for my benefit.
No, you do not have the right tone at all.
It seems God exists for my benefit.
I see. Good for you. ...
However, how do I How do I recover it? I cannot fit my arm through this opening. Were I to use a tool, it would probably not reach either. Just a bit longer and I would have reduced everything, including that old building, to ashes.
What, with your magic spells?
It's just as the old legend said. The Hellhound earring has returned to its owner, to me!
Is it safe to say that earring is the one hanging from your right ear? Huh?
No, it's the invisible one in my left ear.
Gundam wasn't wearing an earring during the investigation. And if he had it on by the time the class trial began, then that means Gundam was able to retrieve his earring from beneath the floorboards during the investigation.
So,
I thought when he said
Gundam knows how to get under the
return to
floorboards.
its owner that he like found it somewhere else. Or something.
It's understandable. After all, you fools only view the world through eyes of glass. But I am different. With the power of my 4 dark devas of destruction, it is of no concern.
Yeah, they're laughing at him.
True. This
No,
is
they're
the evil 4th eye.
They think he's amazing, so they're laughing at our quotations, dumbness, foolness.
For the might of the evil 4th eye, all visual chaos is rendered asunder.
What should I do? I'm embarrassed just listening to him.
You're the one next to him, too.
Oh! Man up and speak more clearly!
Fine, I shall tell you all. The answer was in the storage room.
Ah! I found something!
One of my 4 dark devas of destruction, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy, has seen beyond the chaos. A secret passage of doom leading to the underground lurks beneath a large assortment of random boxes. After securing a lighter from the supermarket, I threw caution to the wind and ventured below the floorboards. And as a result of that lonesome battle, I was able to recover the Hellhound earring with my own 2 hands.
At the very end.
Tremble with fear, fools! Behold my
Your power of crawling in a dark space.
There
Nice.
he goes blabbing about power and crap. You're ridiculous. You're just a breeder, you know.
Anyway, it sounds like you can go under the floorboards from the storage room.
Then that has to be how the killer did it. If the space beneath the floor is empty, it's not that far to move from the storage room to the dining hall.
I see. If they passed through the storage room, I understand why the tablecloth was put there.
The killer lurked under the floorboards during the party, and from there, stab, stab, stab!
Are you sure?
You don't like stab, stab, stab? Should it sound more fleshy, like...
That's not what the subtitle said. It's splashing stab.
No, I'm not talking about your sound effects. You're saying they snuck under the floorboards, but that means they would have had to leave the party, right? So, was there anyone who was able to do that?
Then whoever wasn't at the party is the killer. They must be the one who was waiting under the floorboards.
Who wasn't at the party again?
Uh-oh.
I didn't participate, but I was guarding the entrance, remember? Monomi over there can be my witness, right?
Yes! This Monomi over here is your witness.
I believe there's no need to discuss this matter further, but I was unable to leave the bathroom.
I was in the kitchen for a long time, but I frequently went to the dining hall to deliver my dishes.
The only person who wasn't at the party...
I thought she said prisoner. What?
Was baby
Judging
face.
from the photo I took
I keep
before
forgetting
the
his real name.
blackout,
It's a good thing I'm not actually there. Fuihiko? Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not actually there, because I would...
it obviously has to be him.
Yay! It's decided!
What the f are you saying? I'm not the killer!
Oh, really? What happened to the tough guy who was saying stuff like, I can do it?
Hey, Clover.
Don't mess with me! I'll kill you!
See? You're making threats again.
Yep, that's right. Things are starting to get exciting.
Good news, you are now allowed to use the silencer. Okay. You can use the silencer with the right mouse button as many times as you want. When you use the silencer, you can shoot down the white noise. When you shoot down the white noise, your time limit will increase a little. If you shoot an actual remark instead, the time limit will decrease. The difficulty set gentle, white noise won't appear at all. You'll still be able to use the silencer, but it'll be somewhat pointless. Not somewhat, it will be pointless. If you feel like doing a little bang bang, you can just use it to your heart's content. Bang bang bang. Okay. Here we go again. Make your argument. Okay. Kazuki's account. Oh yeah, it's all the accounts. Re-account, huh?
During the party, the killer.
The killer. Ibuki's account. And so it's basically just what everyone is doing. Terry's account. He couldn't use the gas stove. The gas stove is powered by electricity. That's why he couldn't use it during the blackout. Fuihiko apparently came to the old building, then walked away. If he came there and then walked away, then that means he... Well, when was that? Was that, like, before the murder? Because if so, then that means he wasn't in the building when the murder happened. That could prove his innocence. It might be Chiaki's account. Kazuichi's account. Headed straight to the office. He didn't see anyone there, including Pekka. Okay. The bathroom's occupied the entire time. I think it's probably Chiaki's account.
Was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day.
Oh my gosh.
Without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know.
It's not true.
That means you have no alibi.
No, that's wrong!
No, Fuyuhiko definitely has an alibi. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Oh, you're right.
Doing all alone, standing guard. How diligent of you.
I saw Fuyuhiko after the party started. There's no way he could have been waiting under the floor before then.
You should have said that earlier.
It's still your fault. Like, why were you even lurking around the old building in the first place?
Shut up!
Shut up.
Maybe there really is a secret passage to go under the floorboards from outside. And he came to spy.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh, no!
Wow, he got chewed out, but he looks super happy.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floorboards from outside. Chiaki and I already confirmed that.
And someone definitely went under the floorboards through the storage room during the party.
During the party. It was probably during the blackout. Well, if someone disappeared during the blackout, no one would have noticed.
But walking down that dark hallway to the storage room is like trying to make Eggs Benedict without any eggs.
You're right. I couldn't even see the office in that darkness, and that room was much closer.
But is it really impossible? It might be better if we examine that possibility a little bit more.
It was super dark, you know? There's no way you'd be able to find your way to the storage room.
I guess I'm thinking about it. I feel like there's something I overlooked. For clarity's sake, once again.
It appears we're getting close to the final stage. The blackened or the spotless? Which is superior? I think it's time to settle this.
No, it's a debuff timer.
Kills you until you're dead.
It kills you until you're even deader. Oh, he's got ammo box. That's important for you later. And you bought a water gush. Not the ammo. I'll buy the ammo.